Okay, I'm still dealing with a hip flexor injury, so every time I sit down on this couch, my hip pops and I wait, like, is my hip flexor gonna start bruising again? It doesn't. So that's good. Physical therapy is still working. So if you are starting from couch potato, not eating healthy to this is my day one, then you and I are going to be best friends because I've been a couch potato for the last 9 months. But I have started physical therapy, so I might be cheating a little bit because I'm not completely couch potato, but my muscles are definitely deteriorated to the point where I'm couch potato Angela. So we're going to be starting off on a really good, even playing field, I feel like. I am still in pain, so there are things I'm not going to be able to do. And I think that's good for you because then you'll know as I go throughout this journey, I'm still going to lose weight, I'm still gaining strength, and it's okay to rest. It's okay to rest. It's okay not to see any progress on one day. And it's good to see that sometimes you make a little bit of progress on one week and it looks like you don't the next, and everything's going to be okay. I'll show you my charts. I'll show you my different body scans as it goes up and down, body fat percentage, and you'll see that normal people lose weight in a staggering way. So this will be good for both of us. Okay, so right now I'm 153 beautiful, glorious pounds. My goal is to gain muscle and lose fat. So wherever that takes me on the scale is where I'm headed. But those are my main goals. I want to gain muscle. I want to get stronger. I want to be able to run my 10Ks eventually. I can't do any sort of excessive walking or running. So, my first, what I'm going to tell you to do that I can't do right now is just to increase your steps. Walk more than you usually do. If that means taking the stairs instead of going on the elevator, instead of going on an escalator. If that means parking further away at your job and having to walk further, just increase your steps in any way you can. If there's a bathroom that's a little bit further away from your cubicle, go to that bathroom instead. Just all different things. I can't do that, but that's what I'm going to suggest to you. Here are my food goals. So this week, it might change from week to week, but for now, I am going to hit 130 grams of protein. All of my whatever I eat in a day, that's what the goal is. I want to stay under 1800 calories, but as close to 1800 as humanly possible. The way my body works, the more calories I take away, the more exhausted I feel. So that's why 1800, close to 1800, including all the macros, 130 grams of protein. My goal this week is to lose 1 pound of body weight. So if I hit it, great. If I don't, then I need to adjust my goals. But for now, it's been working. Last week, I started at 156 pounds. And today, even though I had a cheat day on Halloween, I am at 153. And that has to do with letting go of the water stores, and I was on my period and now I'm not. So I'm curious to see what this week looks like. So I'm not going to change anything. I might have a cheat day, I might not. It just depends on if I'm feeling fatigued. If I feel like I'm going to pass out, if I feel weak, if I'm feeling fatigued, I'm going to up my calories. I mean, my body needs what it needs. It's trying to heal. So that's where we're at. So tomorrow I'm going to meal prep. My lunches for the week are going to be fettuccine alfredo, but it's going to be with protein pasta, and I'm going to use 1/3 less fat cream cheese and fat-free mozzarella and Parmesan. I will show you my ingredients tomorrow when I pick those up. So, and I don't pick them up. Walmart delivers them. So again, I can't walk. You, you should go to Walmart and walk around the store looking for ingredients to increase your steps. I can't do that. So I'm going to have some lovely person drop them off at my front door. Also this week, I'm strength training 3 times a week. The time doesn't really matter as long as I'm getting in the strength and I'm stopping when my muscles are done. So arms and legs 3 times a week. And it's only body resistance, no weights right now. I just want to make sure to gain strength at an appropriate level for my body's needs. So that's what I'm doing this week. Come do it with me. I can, I'll make a list of the videos. I have them on my YouTube page that I'm using. It's under hip strength training workouts, but it's a lot of seated arm exercises and then hip flexor strength training. So that's where I'm sticking at right now. But when I'm doing that, you can do any kind of 7-minute workout for your arms with just using your arms as resistance, or you can do a leg 8-minute leg, as long as you are doing some sort of strength training. The amount of time doesn't matter. Don't think, oh, the more time I have, the more calories I burn. That is true, but the amount of calories that you'll burn taking more of your time throughout the day will not make a big enough difference for you to get that food in that you're really hoping for. So it's all about balance. So if you weren't strength training before, a 7-minute video 3 times a week. And that's where you should start. Keep track of how you're feeling. If you have time, journal every day. How am I feeling? Was I feeling fatigued? Is this amount of calories working for my body? Do I feel like I'm going to pass out? Then I need to include another apple or 2 apples or more protein. Just keep an honest log. I will too with MyFitnessPal, and then we'll compare logs at the end of the week. So that's what we're looking like. I already did my strength training today. Today is Saturday, but day 1 is Sunday tomorrow. And we will food prep. I'll do stretching and physical therapy things, but my strength training won't start until Monday. So I'll record that as I go, and I'll record my meal prep craziness tomorrow. So prepare yourself for lots of craziness. I don't make my dinners until the day of, but I definitely plan them before that day, because then I have to make sure that all my calories are going to match up and all my protein. So I'm excited. Let's get this started. See you in the morning. Good night. Happy Sunday. Today is meal prep day. I've got my coffee. I live on coffee. This one's not a protein coffee. And I'm making breakfast. It's 2 eggs with half a cup of egg whites. I'm also going to do half an avocado with lemon and pepper seasoning and a piece of sourdough toast. So getting all the healthy fats, the carbs, all the macros that we discussed. So see you in a bit. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I'm the worst. This is my lunch I'm having today. It's from my pre-prepped meals from last week. It has about 150 grams of chicken, half a cup of black beans, and 3/4 of a cup of mixed vegetables, the frozen kind, because I'm lazy. So yeah, no seasonings because that's how I live my life, but at least I'm hitting my protein goal. I'm about to start meal prepping, so yeah, see you guys in a bit. All right, meals prepped for the week, all put away, ready to go. I'm just relaxing on the couch for a few minutes, letting my hip rest because she's still not happy with me from Halloween. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to make sure I heal. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. Let me show you this. I mean, that view.
You'll ever use. You don't have to knead it, throw flour all over your kitchen.
It's been a long day, but I'm gonna list out my FitnessPal food log for the day here. So we met our protein goal. I was a little shy on carbs and fat for the day. The calorie count was really low, but I did overdo it on Halloween and I'm feeling full. So I'm going to leave it at that for the night. Tomorrow is day 1 of week 2. This is the last day of my first week and I'm feeling pretty good right now. So I'm going to get some sleep. You already saw my measurements at the beginning of the day. So hopefully I'll have lost that pound by the end of the week. Good night. Good morning. I just got up. It's Monday. It's 5:11 in the morning. I'm going to drink my coffee, do my devotional, pray, read my Bible, and then make a very quick breakfast. It's probably going to be protein oats this morning just because it's quick, it's fast, and it has protein in it. So you watch me make my coffee. Nothing special. See you guys later.
To flex your biceps, give me that shoulder up and down motion like this, okay? So we're not...
Okay, so it was a long day of work today, but I had my chicken Alfredo for lunch, and I'm headed to PT right now. I was very famished by the time I got to lunch. So I'm going to have to cut up some cucumbers tonight to package them so I have something to munch on and snack on. I was feeling just like low energy fatigued. So I know that it wasn't enough nourishment. So I got to take care of that for tomorrow. So
that's my plan tonight. Gonna head to PT. I'm gonna try to record some of my PT, but I don't know if I will be able to because it's a place of business and I really don't know how that works. But that's my plan, to show you what I'm doing for strength training. Okay, I'm gonna be real honest. I could have probably recorded my PT session today, but I wimped out. I was too afraid to try, but I promise on Thursday I will not wimp out and I will try. But I got 40 minutes of PT in, and that's my strength training for legs. They did have me walking around the room at one point in time with weights in my hands, so a little bit of arms in there, but yes, about 38 minutes of PT, physical strength training there. And then I did a 15-minute strength training arm workout this morning. So that is my 1 out of 3 strength training for the week in the books and done. Gonna show you my dinner tonight, but meeting all my goals, and I'm gonna show you that it's going to give me some good results this week. I'm excited. Oh, also, I got okayed to do ab workouts, very limited ab workouts. I got approved to do planks, side planks, and a variation of dead bug. It's just toe taps, but I can work out my abs. I'm pretty happy right now. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I'm not going to incorporate it this week because remember, it's small changes over a long period of time. This week I started incorporating arms. I might go 2 more weeks incorporating just arms and legs and then abs, but I don't know. You can get abs in 5 seconds, so we'll see. I'm trying to make myself, I feel like I'm a horse chomping at the bit, you know, but I got to remember, slow progress is lasting longevity progress, so. Protein tortilla, 3 ounces of taco meat, 28 grams of Fiesta blend cheese, and I got some frozen pepper and onion blend from Walmart, and I don't measure my vegetables, so delicious. Good morning. I am over the moon excited. I weighed myself without clothes on, but I weighed myself and I was 150 pounds and 6/10. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm so close to being in the 140s. But I have to remember that it could be 150 today and 151 tomorrow, and that's okay. It also will not be the same because at the end of the week, I have to wear the same outfit. I have to weigh myself at the same time of day. So it could still be 152, but I'm really happy about that. So I'm excited. I'm going to start my morning routine. Last night I didn't finish talking with you, but that taco was the last meal of the day, and I'm going to list my MyFitnessPal nutrition for the day. And as you can see, I hit my protein goal and I hit my calorie goal. So I'm excited. I did feel more full yesterday, so I think the deficit that I've been in has been a little too much. I also was watching a video yesterday that said if you feel fatigued, then you're probably losing muscle and not fat. So I really need to up my calories because I don't want to lose muscle. I'm trying to strength train specifically to build muscle to protect my hip. So got to make smart choices. I'll probably make sure that I don't get less than 1,600 calories today. So I'm excited. I'm gonna start my morning routine and I'll talk to you later. Dinner. Okay, so I just got home from Sister Day and today didn't go as planned because that's life, right? This is me, unfiltered, normal human being. So we stopped at McDonald's. I tried to do the healthy options that they claim to have, but they didn't have a grilled chicken alternative. So I just had 10 chicken nuggets and logged it in my app. And I'm gonna list my final nutritional macros from beginning to end for today. So that's them right there. So I met the goals for protein and calorie, and I'm exhausted and I'm going to sleep. So good night, see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It's very early. I'm very tired. I've already done my reading and I weighed myself, and the scale said 151, but again, I did it with no clothes. So my plan this week,
I was thinking about it is that this week when I go to weigh myself at the end of the week, I'm going to pick the outfit that I did last week, just so we know if I'm making progress. And then from now on, I will weigh myself without clothes on. That way it stays consistent. I don't know if I'll have the same outfit on. And to be honest, I don't even know if I'll remember what the outfit was. So it's just easier to stay consistent if I know that I wasn't wearing anything to begin with. So that's the plan. I was going to make oats for breakfast. The thought of eating oatmeal again today makes me want to throw up. And that's not good. I have to have breakfast. Otherwise, I'm famished and weak by lunch. And again, remember, if I'm feeling lethargic, it means that it's eating muscle and not fat. And that's not what we want. So I'm going to show you my breakfast. Okay, so this morning for breakfast, I'm going to have a shake. I was like, that's a great idea because I can pack it full of Greek yogurt, and fiber is one of my goals right now. So I'm packing it full of fruit. I did include some chia seeds because that's a really high impact of fiber for a very small amount of food. I've got some PB Fit. It's cocoa and peanut butter. This is really delicious. As you can tell, it's already full, and I've got blueberries in there. I'm going to try to put some strawberries. I really was going to try to put some 1UP Nutrition in there. It's been a struggle to finish that. It just doesn't taste good like it did the first time I bought it. But I'm all about, if you pay for it, then you got to finish it. And so I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to try clean simple eats next. But this is my plan. As soon as I get it all together, I'll tell you how many grams of protein it was, fats, carbs, and so on. All right, moment of truth. Not bad. Yeah. I think the only thing I would change about that is that it tastes disgusting. So I would suggest adding sugar-free creamer to it. It's a really good way to add flavor, and it'll be super delicious. I should have put bananas in there, is my mistake. I put strawberries and blueberries, which are great by themselves, but they're very sour and tart. So if you want your shakes to not taste like disgustingness, you can add a banana, or you can add sugar-free creamer. I used to do that a lot. They have really good flavors now. Pumpkin spice, vanilla. Vanilla is a good go-to because it goes with everything. I don't know. I wish they had chocolate creamer, some sort of like chocolate sugar-free creamer. That would be cool. But yeah, sugar-free creamer. If I had added some to this, it would have been great. Or Splenda. Or bananas. Bananas is a natural way to sweeten something. Maple syrup is also a good idea. But yeah, definitely needed sugar. But it's good. It's good enough. I am going to add half a scoop of my protein powder. I'm going to drink enough to fit it in there, blend it up, and then that'll give me 44 grams of protein. So we're off to go. Time to go to work. Okay, I just got home from church. I'm fast. I changed already. These are my comfy clothes. I'm going to do my isometric stretches. They're going to take me about 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to fill up my dog's food bowl. I'm going to get them some water, and then I will come back and I will update you on the food I had today and the activity I had and how I'm feeling. So, be back. Okay, I'm back. So I was at church tonight, and I wasn't feeling very hungry. I had that fettuccine, that high protein fettuccine I made meal prepped for lunches. I had that at school. I had half of a protein bar, and I was just full. So I made a decision to add a lot of fiber into my diet. And no regrets. I honestly think that's what had me full today. That mixed with my amount of protein, I was not hungry. I went to church tonight and I wasn't hungry. And then my daughter didn't finish her meatballs. So I had 3 meatballs, and that's when I had that hunger cue. And I was like, oh, this is really delicious. I must be hungry. So I had those 3 meatballs. I logged them. And here are my nutrition updates today. So you'll see that I met my calorie goal, my protein goal. I probably could stand to have more carbs, so I need to fix that tomorrow. I definitely don't want to be on a low carb diet. My body needs carbs while it's trying to heal. But yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of those numbers. So I'm going to go to bed. I am beyond exhausted. I have one more day this week, and then I took a personal day Friday. So we're going to get a massage on Friday, and I'm taking you with me. Tomorrow I have physical therapy again. So that means I'm going to do my arm exercises in the morning, and I'm going to do my physical therapy, and I am going to try to video it this time. I promise. So we'll see. Good night. See ya. Good morning. I've got my coffee. I'm not up yet, but we're going to make it. It's Thursday already, which means I have one more day of work, and then I get to be home and rest. My hip's feeling really good today, which is great. The strength training is doing really well. My plan is to do my isometric My plan is to do my isometric stretches this morning and my arm exercises. I woke up a little bit late. I thought I had to shower today. I showered yesterday, but it's okay. No, I don't shower every day. I have curly hair. We can't wash our hair every day, but it won't fall out. It'll be fine. So my plan for this morning is to finish my coffee, and I think I'm gonna do that Greek yogurt breakfast again today. It was pretty bad yesterday, so I need to make sure to add some maple syrup today. It kept me full all day though. I got to lunchtime and I was hungry as usual, but I didn't need as much lunch to keep me satisfied. And then when I ate that lunch, I was good for the day. So I'm gonna eat the rest of my fettuccine today. I may not eat it tomorrow since I'm gonna be at home, but we'll see. So gonna get this done, do some praying, read my Bible. It's gonna be a really good day. It's gonna be a good day. Ooh, I also forgot to tell you, I weighed myself this morning with a shirt on, and it said I was 151 pounds. So I feel like I'm pretty much on track to get that 1 pound down this week. But remember, there will be a week where I stall, and that doesn't mean I've done anything wrong. So we'll talk about that when we get to that week. But for now, my body is still responding to the caloric deficit and high protein. So minimal strength training. So I'm excited. Gonna reach my goal. Okay, done with physical therapy. It was really good today. Kicked my butt, but in a good way. I'm picking up my daughter, and then we got to talk about planning food for the lunches for next week. Okay, so the plan for dinner was to have a grilled cheese sandwich, but my husband surprised us by bringing home pizza. I checked the calories I had left for the day and what I needed, and I was missing carbs and fat. And so I thought, okay, that's perfect. My plan was to have one slice of ham pizza, and I took a bite and I was like, this tastes sweet. And he's like, oh, I put sweet marinara on it. So I took a couple bites of it and it was terrible. And I'm not gonna waste my calories on pizza I don't like the flavor of. So he gave me an alternative, which was like an Alfredo sauce with chicken, bacon, and olives with stuffed crust. And so I had one piece of that. So I am over for my calories today. I think I ended with 100 over, but I'm gonna post my calories here with the protein, the fat, and the carbs. And so I don't think one day of having a couple hundred extra calories is going to change all the good things that I did this week. Remember, life is about ebb and flow, 80-20, making things doable and achievable, and normal people have pizza sometimes. The key is that I had one pizza with a couple bites of another, and I stopped there because I was full and I didn't need any more. So it's all good. It's going to be great.
We're going to be doing 80 beats in total. Let's begin. 1.
Okay, I did my arm strength training exercises and I'm going to bed. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's Friday. It's my day off. I weighed myself this morning and I was preparing myself that I was gonna have an extra bump on the scale. I got on the scale with clothes on, 151 pounds. So I'm actually really happy with that. I am making my coffee. I'm gonna get ready for the day and I'll take you with me. I also realized I haven't been showing you any of my weights and I was like, well, what if they don't believe me? So I'll show you my weight in a minute. And there's my weight, 151.4. Okay, so for lunch this week, I think I'm gonna do a Caesar salad kit. I'm gonna get the big bag. It says it's a 7 servings, but I only need 6. So I'm gonna mix it all together and then I'm gonna evenly portion out the salad. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm going to. I didn't have enough carbs with the Caesar salad, so I'm going to include 1 cup of strawberries and 1 Granny Smith apple with every single meal serving for lunch because it's important, remember, that I'm getting in all the macros, fat, carbs, and protein. There's gonna be plenty of chicken, but it's always the carbs that I'm lacking. I thought about doing bread, but bread with salad is not my thing. You could have done that if you wanted to. I just prefer fruit. So as long as you are getting in some sort of carb source, remember you've got to get it all in. And I think a successful meal at this point for me is at least 500 calories. So that's my goal. So right now I'm chopping up strawberries. It said 1 serving is a cup. This is what I'm doing. You could have done it by ounces if you have a food scale. I have one. I just don't want to. So however you portion, however you measure it, just let it work for you. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just cutting up strawberries. I'm going to put them in bags and make sure they're ready for the week. Apples, I don't really have to prep. You just grab one and go. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm pre-planning my whole entire breakfast and lunch for the week using MyFitnessPal in order to make sure that I am getting in a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of fat for both meals. I don't have to think about it. It's already pre-planned and done. I just have to wake up and do it and then eat it, which is nice because in the morning, I don't want to plan. I don't want to think. So what I've landed on is 1/2 cup of cottage cheese, 1 slice of sourdough toast, 1/4 of an avocado, 1 egg, and 1/3 of a cup of egg whites. That hits all the things I'm looking for, all the carbs I need, fat, and protein for the morning. So that's what I'm doing. That's my plan. I'm gonna make sure and check my fridge that I have all the ingredients I need, and then what I don't need, I will order from Walmart and be done. This morning I'm being lazy. I am switching it up and having 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of egg whites. I'm gonna have 2 apples to get the carbs in, but just being lazy. Also, after you make eggs, you know how you get those little films that get stuck on the bottom? If you just take a quick second to put a little bit of water in the bottom and put it on the flame, they come right off. So, cleaning tip just for you. Y'all, I had a massage and now I'm gonna go home and take a hot bath. This has been such a good rest day. Woo! Gonna have some Alfredo for lunch today, and then, I don't know, probably play some video games. All right, y'all, I feel like a brand new woman. I have shaved my legs, taken a hot bath, relaxed. I even put some extra conditioner in my hair today. So, feeling pretty good. I am going to have a snack. I'm feeling hungry, snacky. So I'm gonna peel some cucumbers. I'm gonna prep them for snacks in general, and then I'm gonna munch on them and probably eat some lunch and play some video games. So, here we go. Good morning. Yesterday, I went to bed at 5 p.m. right after I ate dinner. So let me tell you what I ate. I had 1/2 can of corned beef hash and 1 piece of sourdough toast with a tablespoon of salted regular butter. I think I had 900 calories to kill and I needed lots of fat and carbs. So that's what I chose. So here are my macros for the day yesterday and the calories that I consumed. So my plan today, this is the last day for this week. My plan for today is to finish my coffee, try to have a BM, sorry for the TMI, but it helps on the scale. And then I'm gonna comb through my old videos to see what outfit I was wearing when I weighed myself at the beginning of the week, so that way I can replicate it. So I'm gonna do 2 weights. One with the same outfit to see what changed, and then I'm going to do one with no outfit, so that way I can be accurate with the weight and consistent. That's my goal. So after I get done with that, I'll sit down with you and talk about plans for next week, and then that'll be that. So thanks for following me this week, and I hope you got some pretty good nuggets out of what you've seen. All right, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. So here's my Hume score at the beginning of the week, and here's my Hume score now on Saturday. So I've been weighing myself all week, and it's been at 152, and then all of a sudden it went from 152 to 151, and then 150, and I was so excited, and then it was at 151, and then I weighed myself this morning, and it was at 152. I'm not upset, but I have some takeaways on why that might be the case. So number one, your body weight fluctuates. It has nothing to do with the fact that I had hash or that I had treats at any point in time. It all has to do with an average of body weight. In a week, you should see a loss of 1 pound from beginning to end. That's why you shouldn't weigh yourself every single day. Now, there are some forums that say weigh yourself every single day and then take an average of that weight. I might try doing that this week and seeing if it's consistent with the 1 pound weight loss. But overall, I did reach my goal. So I've been in a caloric deficit, and it shows because I went from 153 pounds to 152 pounds. So that's a whole pound of weight loss, which I'm happy for. So it goes deeper with the Hume scale, and it shows me that I gained a pound of muscle, which is absolutely my goal. It did show that the body fat percentage stayed relatively the same. I was hoping for a little bit of loss there, but it's absolutely okay. I did lose a pound of weight and I'm gaining muscle. I didn't gain fat, so I'm happy with that. Things to consider for this next week. I'm going to make sure my scale is in the same place on my floor, which sounds silly, but if it's on an incline or if it's too close to the wall, that actually takes away from your actual pounds. So I'm going to make sure that happens. I'm also going to make sure that what I weigh myself in at the beginning of the week is the same thing at the end of the week. I also need to be weighing myself at the same time every single day. This morning I weighed myself at 5 a.m. Last week it was probably 7 a.m. So it's little things like that that might make a difference, but not a big enough difference. But I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible so that the results are as accurate as possible. That's my goal. If this is a true scientific experiment, we have to make sure the factors are the same every single time to make sure that I'm seeing results. I think that's the most important thing. All right, my goal this week is again to lose 1 pound of weight. I'm going to strength train 3 times a week, of course, at physical therapy Monday and Thursday, and then on Saturday at home, I'm going to do my own physical therapy, strengthening for my leg. And then, of course, on those same days, the arms. This week, I'm going to add in abs. So I got some ab workouts for my PT. I'm so excited I get to do them, but that's what I'm going to do. And then, of course, every day I'm going to do my isometric stretches just to make sure that I am loosening up that hip flexor, continuing to get it to be comfortable with walking. Yesterday and today, I've been able to walk like a normal person for most of the day, and that's huge for me. In order to meet my goals, I'm going to have 130 grams of protein every day. I reviewed last week. There was one day that I did not have 130 grams of protein, so I'm going to make sure to be consistent every single day this week. And on an average of 1,800 calories a day. What that means is if one day I have 1,600 calories and the next day I have 2,000 calories, that would average to be 1,800. So my goal is that every single day after the whole week's over, that I had no more than 1,800 calories. So I'm very excited. It's going to be a great week. I'll see you guys on Saturday for the review after this next week, and it's going to be great. Remember as you go that this is exactly what it should look like. Set your protein goal. If you're not sure how to set your protein goal, it should be 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. That's what I'm doing. There's a lot of different options out there, but that's what I'm choosing. And then set a caloric deficit. So last week you should have been mapping your whole entire week. So based on your calories, you should cut 200 away from what you mapped as an average, a weekly average. So if you're averaging 2,100 calories a week, then do 1,900 calories or so on. If you're averaging 2,400 calories a week, cut it down to 2,200. And then at the end of the week, if you maintain or if you're still increasing, cut down 200 more. Don't start by cutting down to 1,200 calories a week because then your body will go into shock and it will start harboring everything that it can because it thinks that it's starving. It doesn't understand that you're on a diet. It just knows that it's starving. So that's your goal this week. So if you started by just logging where you are at, take off 200 calories and then make sure that you are getting your daily protein goal, whatever that looks like for your ideal body weight. That's what you should be getting a day in grams. So look forward to seeing you next week. Comment down below if you have already started. And then next week, comment and tell me where you're at. I'm so curious because, again, this is my way of losing weight with somebody else. So let me know if you're losing weight, what your protein goal is, and what you're losing weight based on your caloric intake. I think that will help other people if they see that you're maintaining weight loss at a normal calorie intake. 1,800 is a lot. And to some people, they're like, you're losing weight at 1,800 calories? Yes, I am, because that's a deficit compared to where I was. So anyways, I'm so proud of you guys already. Thank you for joining me. Have a good week. Bye.